all those other good joints is Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. Hope you're doing well. Hope your Wednesday is going fabulous, absolutely fabulous, darling. And I hope it can't get any better than what it is already. Unless you listening to Kevin from Kevin's Corner, then this way I might be able to try to make it even be better as you end the night. Dang on it. That's my goal. That's my goal. Now, first things first, I need to make sure that you guys can hear me, which is interesting because right now I'm looking and somebody said I heard Bluff Daddy might be a Fed. Oh, what? Thanks for giving me that a little nugget right there. I'm gonna go ahead and check into that. I wouldn't, dispute that for the simple fact that man should be in jail based on the fact that they raided this guy's crib. And I'm thinking to myself, for what? Why is he still out doing videos and stuff talking about why he beat up this lady? And that's the go-to. Whenever you get busted and there's no weaseling out of it, then you go to, I'm sick. I'm sick, Your Honor. Look here now, I got myself into some of that stuff. I'm on that stuff and I need help. See, that's the last ditch effort when you busted beyond, no explanation. You just, I'm sick. That's right, Your Honor, I need help. So he comes out with that video talking about he needs help and, he's sick and all that stuff. Well, dude, you can't be smacking a girl around on video and then all of a sudden, when you're busted, you're sick. I need help. I got a condition. I don't want to hear that mess. They ain't on it. So the fact that this man, they raided his crib, and I'm saying, okay, is that normal? Do you raid people's crib and then rumor had it he had fled the country and all of that, and now he's still here wandering around doing videos? And only time I see people who don't get thrown in a slammer after the feds raid their crib is usually people like that Bigfoot that was up there on January 6th, Ray Epps. Tomorrow we gotta go into the Capitol. I'll say it. I might go to jail for it, but I'll say it. And didn't go to jail for it. See, when I see stuff like that, I go, Fed. That's all I'm saying. So we'll see. Maybe they are going to throw him in the slammer. Hopefully, in his mind, he's probably going, hopefully I don't go to the slammer because you know what happened to who? Jeff Epps. But hey, that's neither here nor there. I'll deal with that as more information comes out. Now, somebody said Sean Epps. Yeah. All right, now, welcome to the show. Hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms. You can find those links right below the video. If you want to donate to the channel, feel free. There's links to do that as well. I got a CASHAPP, I got a PayPal, all that good stuff. You can always support the channel since YouTube got their foot on my back. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get loose so I can get busy. Since y'all can hear me, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Like a real gorilla, real gorilla. It's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here, gorillas in here. Now, also don't forget to text MAGA to 330-974-4607 if you want to stay connected with me just in case they bounce me off this platform. And don't forget also to check out Kevin's Corner store. You can find all kind of merch, including merch with you know who on it. You know who. I can't say his name. Yeah, you know what'll happen if I do that. Now, with no further ado, let's get into it. Now, I like to start my show off with the creepy cam. We got to go out there and find out what's going on in the creepy camp. So we're going to have to bust out the creepy cam so we can see what's going on with creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe. I might have to wet my whistle for this. What's this? Biden set to travel to New Hampshire to announce milestone in PAC Act. See, I got to talk like that. See that music? Biden set to travel to New Hampshire to announce milestone in PAC Act. That's back in the day. Everybody talked like that. Honey, I have to go off to war. Okay, Johnny. So let's go ahead and see what this is all about. Announcement to the people, extra, read all about it.
Let me close with this. After I signed the PAC Act into law.
What? That was a whole bunch of words that I thought he was going somewhere with, but hold on. Let's see. Thank you, by the way.
Let me close with this. After I signed the pack annual,
First of all, did he just say pack anal? It sounded like he said, first of all, I want to sign the pack anal. Okay, so let's get past that first. You know, I'm trying to translate Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? So I got to translate his language, Joe Biden, into English. Okay, so let me see.
pack act,
But not Cadillac. Somewhere in there came a Cadillac. The pack anal act like Cadillac. Okay, so let's see.
into law. After I signed
Yeah, slow
the
that
pack annual packet act, after I signed the pack annual,
Wait,
after I
let's see.
signed the pack annual.
Okay, so I see pack and pack at lack act. But ain't nothing wrong with this dude. Yeah, he is perfectly fine. So pack and pack act lack act.
And packet lack act. After I signed the pack annual packet lack,
Paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
never make.
That's pretty much it. Nick Whack Petty did it all bone. This old man needs to go home. That's what needs to happen. Nick Whack Petty Whack, give Joe a bone. This old dirt bag need to go home. Say, yo, Nick Whack Patty Whack, give Joe a bone. This old dirt bird need to go home. Dang on it. Now let's continue.
Make up for the loss, being lost a piece of your soul.
What?
Husband, wife, son, daughter.
Okay.
But we owe it to folks all of them. Everyone we can. But to folks all of them. Everyone.
Yep, out of RAM. He's jammed up. There's this processing. All the time, everybody, can. How's he gonna get through the debates? That's what I want to know. Can he get through the debates? I question it. Yeah, they're gonna have to get that dude about a ton of Mountain Dew. All right, bring in the Mountain Dew truck. Dude. This debate is sponsored by Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew might have to sponsor the whole debate. This debate is sponsored by Mountain Dew and Adderall. And horse tranquilizers and adrenaline shots and all kind of other stuff for this guy to get through the debates. But let's go ahead and continue because I'm not done with Joe. I ain't done with Joe. You think I came here to take it easy on him? No. I don't take it easy on Joe. No.
Yesterday.
So did the president see the confrontations from the House Oversight Committee meeting yesterday?
So I have not talked to him about if you've seen it. What we can say, and I think...
Of course he didn't see it. He doesn't see anything. As soon as he gets back to the White House, all right, lock him in his room. Dang on the guy that's out here looking stupid all day. Get in your room, Joe. You stay there until we come and get you in the morning and tell you what else to say. If you can say it. Boom, slam the door. So I guess this reporter is referring to maybe the little squabble that might have taken place over in Congress between Marjorie Taylor Greene and the chick with the long eyelashes. So let's go ahead and see how Black Gay Drop addresses this and talks about we need civility. That's what we need.
This is something the president would agree upon, which is, you, as someone who was a senator for 36 years, he believes that people should respect each other, treat with each other with dignity.
So my Uncle Ron, I got to channel him. I'm feeling Uncle Ron come in. Hey, boy, you ain't worth a nickel. Boy, sit down. Boy, get over there. Take that. Put that. Okay. All right. There we go. So you say, he's in the Senate, huh? And it's all about civility, you say, huh? Okay. Roll the tape. Let's see.
And civility.
This bill had that bipartisan bill has majority support in the House and Senate. But I was told that other guy, that loser.
The loser?
And echoing the very same words used on January 6th. Where's Nancy? And he thinks that's funny. He laughed about it. What a sick...
Oh, don't ball your little knuckles up like you're going to do something, Joe. You see this softcore dude? It looks sick. I can't unball him. They're stuck. So now you see this guy. Now, here's the problem. I don't have a problem. with this type of rhetoric on the campaign trail. It gets ugly. Trump cuts jokes. He calls Biden all kind of silly names as well. The problem is when these folks come out and pretend to take the high road and act like they're better than us and that their thoughts are back. And you know what? We never disrespect folks and everybody needs to be treated with dignity. And then you catch all of this footage of them disrespecting folks. And like I said, normally it's par for the course. I'm like, go to war, put them in the ring and ding. That's how I look at it and I back up. You know, let them squabble it out. But yeah, we just heard Black Gay Drop come out and talk about civility and respect and dignity and all of that stuff. And now you got this dirtbag up here balling up his knuckles like he's gonna throw a punch.
My God.
Right on the cuffs right there. In private, Biden, according to John and his colleagues, doesn't stop himself there. The president has described Trump to longtime friends and close aides as a sick, insert expletive.
Oh, a sick what? All right, let me see if I can fill in the blanks. So those are maybe fun? No, that's not enough letters. Okay, wait. F-A-C-T, maybe facts? No. I'm thinking a little more harsh. F-U-N-K. Sick funk? You think maybe that's it? Or could it be filth, flarm, filth, in the words of Eddie Murphy? You cannot say filth, flarm, filth. I ain't saying no filth, flarm, filth. I don't know what you're talking about now. Bleep you. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, so now let's see this filthy mouth old man and see if he is practicing what he preach.
He said that. How dare he say that?
Look at him, pretending to be mad.
How dare he talk about my son and all of us like that? Look, I call them patriot heroes. The only loser I see is Donald Trump.
Now, see, I like to catch people when they try to, get out of character and to get you up off their back. Gonna get mad. Man, how you gonna disrespect me, man? I ain't even say nothing like that. But man, shut up. See, that's what I like to do. I like to call them out. Man, stop pretending to be mad. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Yeah, that's what I like to do. That guy was up there faking it all. How dare he say something about my son? And then, first of all, he's lying. That's why I know he's faking it. He knows that Donald Trump did not say what he said Donald Trump said. So that means this guy has to fake it to try to convince the audience that Donald Trump really said it and that he's outraged and upset about it. Donald Trump disrespected our fine young men and women in the military. Not like me, who allowed 13 of them to get blown up because of my raggedy dismount out of Afghanistan. And then when I show up to their homecoming, I'm checking my watch constantly. So how dare you check your watch when you got 13 people killed, Joey? That's my thing. How dare you act like you upset over a lie that you've been telling on the campaign trail. So you know it's bad when the Democrats have no substance. They only come out and just tell lies. That's the whole campaign strategy. Straight up lie on Trump, say he's about to take over the globe. He's the Antichrist. And of course, he's Hitler. He's Mussolini. Believe him when he says it's going to be a bloodbath. And he came out and he disrespected the men and women in the military. And also, he never disavowed the KKK. He never Charlottesville. He said it was good people on both. He praised the folks on J6. All of these are nothing but lies. And when you drop nothing but lies, you got to fake it till you make it. There's no real passion about what this dude is saying. There's no real belief in the lies. So when I talk about these Democrats and when I talk about creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe, the reason I can do that is because I 100% feel that this man is pure dumpster juice. I don't have to fake that. It's from the gut. When I call him dumpster juice, it bubbles up on the inside and comes out on the outside. But these folks come up with lies and they throw that out there. I really believe this guy's dumpster juice. He don't believe Trump said that. So he got to get out there and do what fake politicians do. Drum up emotion and pretend.
As someone who was a senator for 36 years, he believes that people should respect each other.
But go out and show flashes of anger. That happened by the way, in 2020, he went after a guy in Iowa. Almost called him
a fat something.
Yeah, let's see the civility right here and the respect for
There
people.
actually, again, it showed a human side of him.
You did not hear that at all. What you heard? Look, okay, I'm not going to get in an argument with you, man. No, I don't want to. Well, yeah, you do, but look, Fat, look, here's the deal.
Look, Fat, look, here's the deal. Now, see, I don't know about you, but Fat over there looked like he might give Joe the business. I like to see Joe put the mic down because he was talking reckless. We go back there, we do push-ups, whatever you want to do. I think Fat might just be able to say, well, how about you just put the mic down and we go one-on-one, since you're a tough guy. Look, Fat, here's the deal.
I think you have to treat people with dignity. You have to treat people with respect.
Yeah,
Inflation is a political liability. I had to mention.
look at all this dignity and respect.
More inflation. What a stupid son of a...
Somebody go get a bar soap for Joey's mouth. Yeah, somebody go get me a cannon so I can shoot a barrel of soap into his mouth. I'm sorry, I missed your mouth. Keep your mouth open. Stay still. Did I hit both of his eyes? I hit him in both eyes? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to go a little lower. Out there. Oh, no, shoot, that was the nose. Okay. All right, lift your head right back like that. Oh, no, that was the Adam's apple. Is he breathing? Is he okay still? Okay, standing back up. I'm going to get one in his mouth pretty soon. That's what he needs. Big fat bar of soap in that mouth.
He believes that people should
respect each other.
How you intend on getting the union vote when there's a large portion of the union workers
Look at all this
that are
respect
gun
coming.
enthusiasts, and you are actively trying to diminish your Second Amendment right and take away our guns.
You're full of shit.
Ooh, mama, I'm telling. Creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe is out there telling people they full of caca. He just disrespected one of his potential voters and said they were full of shite. Now, is that civility? Is that bringing dignity back to the White House? Now, once again, I'm not here to judge unless you are a hypocrite. Unless you out there talking about how raggedy the other person is, all kind of, he's disrespectful, he uses harsh words, he's always talking about folks should get beat up while they're acting a fool in his rallies and stuff like that, and he calls me names, and I mean, what is this? What is this? How can this guy do this? And then you leave all of this footage online of you doing the same thing. And that's where I have a problem with it. See, so let's continue.
Now, shush.
Oh,
Shush.
you hear that? And then he straight shush somebody. Shush. Creepy's talking. You understand that? Shush. Let me get back to you, Fats.
Fuck you, you stupid cunt. Monkey, licking.
Might as well just push the beep.
Character is on the ballot. Compassion is on the ballot.
That's all that.
Decency, science, democracy. They're all on the ballot. He is so full of shit, this guy.
And I'll allow that.
Terrible.
I will allow that since we just heard a montage of Creepy and his foul mouth. So yeah, Trump, you are 100% right. He is full of shit. That's what he's full of. But hey, it's not over. It's not over. Check this out, y'all. Because now here's Creepy's tactic. He's going to go out there and do what? Tell more lies.
As mentioned already, he promised to be a dictator on day one, his own words. And he called for it.
Thank you. At least somebody in there give him a boo or something like that. So once again, the tactic of the Democrats is send Creepy out there to do exactly what the media has been doing and getting busted doing, and then had to lie their way out of a lie. That's the bad part about it. They all came out lying about Trump, about bloodbath, about he's going to be a dictator, and then when they call to the carpet, they lie out of a lie. How about that? You know what? He might have not said that, but he meant it. We know his real intent, and I'm going, so you lied about what he said, took it completely out of context. You know it was taken out of context. Then when you're called to the carpet, you lie about the lie you told and talk about some more. There's a deeper meaning. We're able to hear it. See, we have translators in our ears that actually converts what Donald Trump says into what he really means, okay? That's unbelievable, but he's out here doing it. So now here he is coming out there talking about Trump's going to be a dictator. Day one, he said it. Yeah, not a joke. Now, what was very painful is when you watch humans, these Homo sapiens out there, yes, that are still believing this. The pure 100% TDS people. I'm talking like Joy Behar, folks like that, who, when they hear stuff like this, they still be on the show talking about, he said it. He said he was going to be a dictator on day one. And I'm thinking, you really believe, you didn't watch the whole clip? This is all you had to do. What is going on with, supposedly, or at one point in life, used to appear to be smart people, but they've lost their ability because of TDS to be able to break things down in context. And I'm saying, dude, did you not listen to him say, only on day one? And then I'm not going to be a dictator again. And I'm going to drill. Does that sound like a dictator? I would have thought he said, on day one, I'm going to get rid of all the guns. I'm going to make sure freedom of speech is revoked. I'm going to make sure my troops go through the city and go after the media and everyone else, whoever disrespected Donald Trump. I would think that's what he would say. But he didn't. He's talking about fracking and deporting illegal immigrants. And I'm okay with that. But here they are still believing it. And this buzzard is out there lying because he has no substance to talk about.
You know he means it. And he calls for another bloodbath.
You know he means it. See, boy, when I hear this crap, man, it bothers me because maybe it's because as conservatives, y'all, or at least even independents, or common sense folks, it bothers me because we're so smart. We see this. We go, we're too smart to fall for this, y'all. And there are people out there that might have degrees and everything, and they fall for this. And I say, why am I too smart to fall for this? What this would look like, day one, you're telling me this man, even Hitler didn't come out and say he was going to be a dictator on day one. None of the true dictators ever came out and said, on day one, I'm going to be a dictator. Yes, everybody, on day one, I will become a dictator and make sure. You think I've never seen anybody come out and say, I'm going to be a dictator on day one and seriously mean it. But y'all want us to believe that Donald Trump is out here confessing that I'm going to be a dictator on day one, period. So now your brain has to be broken to stop right at that comment. How realistic is that? Do you think Donald Trump would just come out and say, on day one, I'm going to be a dictator, period? No follow-up questions? No adding to that? He just stopped right there and then allows us to fill in the blanks of what that means? And yet, all of us Trump supporters, they're trying to say, we're dumb enough to just say, yes, darn right. Trump said he's going to be a dictator and we're going to, or just ignore it. Imagine if he really meant that and he said that. So now you're belittling our intelligence. You're pretending that we would just either ignore that or we're too stupid to know that if Donald Trump really said that and meant that, and we just go, well, I don't know what that meant. What is a dictator? I guess we're going to still go ahead and support him because he keeps saying MAGA. And I believe in America first. I guess we need a dictator. Do we need a dictator? I think we need a dictator. Well, we're looking at one right here. A behind the curtains, little teeny bubblehead puppet dictator that is being used by other dictators behind him. Some other dictators or a group of dictators got their hand right up this dude's mouth doing this. But here we go. They want their audience and believers to believe that Donald Trump came right out and said, on day one, I'm going to be a dictator. And this man didn't fill in any blanks. He didn't follow up. He didn't say, well, a dictator in regards, just nothing. Just a dictator. Just like Donald Trump asked Russia on an open mic at a rally to help him win the election. They just want us to believe that. Just like they want us to believe Donald Trump just said, look, if I lose this election, I want it to be a bloodbath, period. Just like Donald Trump just came out and said that, you know what, all these illegal immigrants, they're poisoning the blood of America. Yeah, listen to this garbage right here.
When he loses again. And he promised a bloodbath when he loses again. He promises, quote, a bloodbath if he loses. Then he said if he loses, there's going to be a bloodbath.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Oh,
How can it be that any American president cannot denounce political violence?
You mean like you, Joe, and your whole posse during the whole summer of love where y'all just overlooked all of that violence. And then when you were forced, because Don Lemon came out like, he has to do something. If he don't say something, we're going to lose. So then he comes out and gives a sorry behind, condemnation of all of the violence that took place, encouraged by these Democrats and these Marxists over here. Mostly peaceful protest, mostly peaceful. Sound like they didn't even believe it. It's mostly peaceful? That's right, it's a mostly peaceful protest back there. As things burned. So now here he is. He wouldn't condemn violence. When have Trump never condemned it? He always condemns violence. But once again, nobody's questioning this guy. He just goes around dropping these lies to his audience and hoping they never watch any other news besides the fake news.
I know I can, I will, and I have. Political violence has no place in America, period. But that's not Donald Trump. Donald Trump has said if he loses again in November, there will be, quote, bloodshed. What in God's name are we talking about here?
Exactly. That's what I want to know, Joe. So it goes from bloodbath to bloodshed. See, it's hard to keep track of all those lies. You can't organize those lies. That man right there can't keep those lies organized. So now all of a sudden it went from bloodbath to bloodshed. Y'all get that memo? Did anybody get the bloodshed message from Trump? Listen, if I lose, I want bloodshed, complete bloodshed. Now, if Trump was on the campaign trail, dropping all of these lies, do you think they would just ignore this and just move on? No. A couple weeks ago, Trump said something about George Soros, and they tried to check him real time. And Alvin Bragg, Jake Crapper, fake Crapper. Well, you know what? We need to go ahead and fact check the president. What do you think about that? They tried to fact check him real time. They never fact check Joe real time. They never stop and interrupt his raggedy. Matter of fact, I don't even think they air his speeches on MSNBC or CNN because they don't even want their own audience to see how horrible he is. They try to hide him from their own audience and just focus more so on Trump. They might catch a soundbite here and there about Joe or something he said that they think they can promote, but they don't want people to, he's that cousin that you hide, in the basement, go there and bear shoot when company come over. All right, now listen here, take this ping pong game and go upstairs and play with your brother and them, okay? Don't come downstairs now. Don't come downstairs. Let's get him going with some pong. Beep, beep, something like that. Keep him occupied because you don't want nobody to see how your cousin act. So now here he is out there saying stuff like this. And even I think some of the more loyal viewers of MSNBC and CNN, at some point, if they showed these clips, they would have to say, now, wait, that doesn't sound believable. It doesn't, and he's not selling it. All he's doing is yelling. Oh, but somebody believes it, y'all. We done found us a true believer. Listen to this come out of dumb number one, Joey Behar.
You keep wearing that red hat that says "Make America Great Again." That tells people that you go along with this. So
wait a minute. Don't stop. Wait a minute. Don't stop. So now, hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on for a second. I'm coming. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Yeah. Okay. Hold on, I'm coming. Yeah. What we got here? I'm coming. Almost there. Okay, I'm coming, y'all. All right, hold on for a second. Oh, yeah. All right. So now, what about the hat? What about the hat? Hold on, let's see. All right, let's go back and hear what Toucan Saying Nose is saying. Here we go. Hold on.
Donald Trump has said if he loses again in November, there will be, quote, bloodshed. What in God's name are we talking about here?
Wait a minute. Okay.
You keep wearing that red hat that says "Make America Great Again."
Okay, so wait. This one don't say "Make America Great." Okay, wait a minute. Hold on for a second. Hold on. And what about that? Okay, am I good right there? Okay, yeah. Save America. Okay. Hold on for a second. There we go. Yeah, that's better. That's better right there. All right, now, Joy, what about us? When we are wearing red hats and Make America Great Again and Trump, we go along with what?
That tells people that you go along with this. So you might as well just put a swastika.
Go along with what? Making America great again? That's what I'm wondering. Just making America great again? Because I like that. Is that cool? I mean, I think we're cool, right? Just making America great again, making sure our borders are locked down and strangers and murderers and other kind of folks and potential terrorists aren't coming across our border? You mean like that? Big nose, toucan saying, huh? What about making sure that we're respected on the globe, the global stage? Could it be that? All these stupid wars that's going all over the place. Yeah, maybe ending some of those. Oh, how about a great economy? How about that? But instead, what are we going along with?
Let's stick her on the hat.
Did she just say, I got a hat for her. I got a hat for her. There we go. There we go. I got a special hat just for you, soul sister. So now she just said that we need to go put a swastika on our hat. We might as well be wearing a swastika on our hat. Now that went too far for even the folks on The View. So Joy, yeah, you need to be going ahead and rocking a hat like this. There we go. Yeah, there we go. We need a special hat just for you, Joy. Yeah, you need those hats where everybody goes, that person's special. Soon as you see somebody out with a hat like this, you're going, they must be special because they're not the Red Baron. What is going on? So now here she is saying that y'all might as well put a swastika. Now this is what TDS looks like in its full face right here, when it is full blown. She's a case study. She should be isolated and put inside of a room and study. They should be in there with masks on, like, all right, don't breathe it in. Okay. All right, this is the full-blown, the final phase of TDS. She just said that we might as well put a swastika on our hat. Now, she's talking about millions of Americans. And she's too dumb to stop and realize how crazy of a statement that is. How offensive that is to Jews and to Americans. That's what she just said. And listen to her own people on the set.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Look, even
We
Whoopi.
say it anyway.
Girl, you going too far. Rocks in the voice. Rocks in the voice had to put the head down. Oh, shoot. Now I done said some dumb stuff. But girl, you going too far on this one. I can't back you up on that. Rocks got to bounce. Yeah, so the cushion even had to put her head down, and the rest of them are going, don't do it. And she's probably going, what? What'd I say? Back me up on this. Am I right? Am I right? And that's why I say she's a 100% Puritan. She's a believer. She's not a propaganda. She really believes it. She has no idea how offensive that was. And the rest of them going, now we come out here and we fake it. We act all outrageous and we ain't gonna say no stupid stuff like that. That one came from the heart. She really believes it. And they're like, girl.
So, but I'm nervous about saying anything against Biden because I feel, not that I have so much power.
Now you're seeing stupidity personified right now. We're all watching it. This is what stupidity looks like. Right here. I know it's metaphoric. I know it's just out there. We all heard about stupidity. We know it exists. But now we're able to see it with our own eyes. Right here. Yeah, she personifies stupidity.
And you have some more than I do, obviously. But
I don't know about that.
Are you afraid that you might, influence people who are on the fence?
I think you lose all credibility. I do. I mean, my bond with my audience has always been I don't pull a punch.
Yeah.
My bond with my audience is you're not going to like everything I say, but I'm saying what I really think is true.
So there you have it. Joy Behar, and probably almost every person on that, well, actually, I won't say almost, all of them on that set do the same thing. They never say what they really believe. Because, see, some of them don't even believe that Trump is a danger. He's not a threat to democracy. He's not the next Hitler. He's not Mussolini. They know he didn't say anything about a bloodbath in the context that they're saying it in. They know he's not, going to take over and do all of these things that they're yelling about. They know that. Except for Whoopi and Joy. And Sunny sometimes. She goes in and out. Yeah. However, what they're saying, and she's saying it, and she's ignorantly saying it, because she has no idea. She's like I said, she's a purist. She's like, okay, I really feel this is from the gut. I'm scared. I'm scared to say anything bad about Joe, because what happens if Donald Trump wins? I'm scared. So meaning you're fake. She's not supposed to say that out loud. And the rest of them are going, we're trying to stop Donald Trump from winning, but we ain't really like scared and stuff. And you can't tell the people that we're out here pushing propaganda or we're biting our tongue or we are changing our opinions because our whole goal and agenda is to stop Trump and keep this raggedy audience believing that Trump is really going to become a dictator on day one, and all of his supporters wearing MAGA hats might as well put swastikas on them. That's why they all said, soon as she said it, they all was like, ooh, jeez, oh man, I think she went a little too far with that stupidity. But hey, guys, don't worry. We got more of Joe, like that border. How's he going to run on that?
This number for Donald Trump, 22%. Where was Donald Trump at this point 4 years ago in the polls? He was just at 9% of the vote. So he's seen more than a doubling in his support among African Americans. This margin, which was in the 70s just 4 years ago, look at where it is now, 69 minus 22. That puts it in the...
Yeah, fool. What up, though, bruh? It's me, man. Bruh. Hey, man. Hey, listen, bruh. Yeah, man. I just went out and bought me a scrump hat. Yeah, man, I'm talking about money, more money, more money. We about to make America great again, bruh. Yeah, man, you know, for a minute, man, I was suffering from TLC and stuff like that, man. Pretty young. Wait. It's TD fakes? No, wait. Something like tuberculosis. Anyway, man, that stuff to mess up your mind, man, when you be thinking about Trump, bruh. But anyway, man, I got cured, baby. Yeah, I got cured when I went to the gas pump, man. Yeah, I'm about to, throw some gas in my quarter and a deuce, baby. I'm saying, Cadillac, man, walking like this, man. And then all of a sudden, man, I'm looking at the pump, man. I'm like, yo, bro, that mug gonna even stop? Yeah, man, I pumped like a little $800-900 in my Cadillac, bro. I said, bring Scrump back, man. Bring Scrump back. Make America great again, bro. So all of the brothers seem to have woken up. Hopefully, it'll show up in the polls.
40s. My goodness gracious. If this held through the general election, obviously we're still months away, this would be by far the best performance for a Republican candidate among black voters in a generation, 2 generations, probably since 1960.
Ooh, since 1960. Man, now what could be contributing to this walk away by the brother?
This investment has helped HBCUs do everything from...
Could it be that? Could it be creepy out there on the pander trail? They can't even say HBCs. Listen to this.
Finish 22.
Here he is.
That puts it in the 40s.
All that pandering, that mumble
and
jumble.
Held through the general election, obviously we're still months away. This would be by far the best performance for a Republican candidate among black voters in a generation, 2 generations, probably since 1960.
This investment has helped HBCUs do everything.
This investment helps HBCUs do anything. Now, you can't give Joe acronyms. The LGBTQ, the GG, the thing. So now, once again, out there on the pander trail.
Build student housing, to study climate science, to create health research labs, prepare black students for labs and industries of the future. That's why my administration is taking the most significant action, notwithstanding the Supreme Court tried to stop me.
What?
Provide student debt relief, most supreme ever.
Wow. And then, wait, let's see his dismount. Come on, Joe. You can do it. Find your way off the stage. Here we go. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, where are you going?
I think the Democrats recognize they are losing their grip on the black vote. Listen, there are 2 reasons why black voters are running toward Donald Trump. Number one, they remember COVID. They remember it was the Democrats who were saying, you can't go to work, you can't go to your job, and you can't send your kids to schools. And Republicans were saying, we want to protect your job and we want your kids to go to school.
And not to mention, it was those Democrats who was trying to shove a vaccine in the brothers' arms. And there's one thing brothers don't like, is medicine being forced on us. So, all right, wait a minute now. You got me on the racism thing. I was down with you for a minute, but you trying to make me get to what's in it. What's in it? Yeah, we were skeptical on that. But yeah, these folks went out there and did that. When I saw up in New York, black women trying to get into, I think it was a restaurant, and they were like, nah, we can't let you come in without the vaccination. And I'm going, oh, now we got some discrimination. Now, where was all of this requirement when Black Lives Matter and all of them were out there tearing up cities. They didn't say, well, we can't have you all out here protesting without being vaccinated. They made an excuse for it. Where were they all under those bridges when all of those illegal immigrants were shoved under those bridges, parked there for months, and they were asking Mayorkas, about, well, are you requiring them to be vaccinated? If we see signs of any illnesses, then we do. No, that's not what we're asking. Are you forcing these illegal immigrants to be vaccinated to come into our country? No. So they get a pass, but you're forcing us to get vaccinated before we go into work. Now, isn't that ironic? So let me get this straight. I can't go into this restaurant, but yet they can come into our country unvaxxed. I can't go into the hospital to see moms or pops that's ill, but they could just come straight across the border. Unless you're coughing up blood and perhaps going into convulsions and screaming out that I have COVID-19, then there's no need to test you. That's pretty much what you would have to do. It's just like the same thing with crime. For you to get deported by mucus in the Biden administration, you probably got to come across the border, no shirt on with tattoos like I'm a killer man. Right across your chest, I'm a killer man. Tattooed on your chest. That means I'm going to kill a man. What does that tattoo mean? I'm going to kill a man. It says exactly that, right? Okay, now, does that really mean you're going to kill a man, or is it just a tattoo? Because Mucus told us to be very gentle and kind when it comes down to, we don't want to assume you're really going to kill a man. It could just be a tattoo. No. It's actually, I'm going to kill a man. I've killed a lot of men back in Mexico, but, and I'm probably going to kill again. Okay, now, you're not going to kill as soon as you get here, right? I mean, we might have to deport you if you kill. You got to do what to get out of here? You got to do something so drastic to get bounced up out of our country. Same thing with the vaccination. They didn't test these people. It's unbelievable. They didn't force them to get shots. That would have discouraged them. Because guess what? I'm pretty sure a lot of those illegal immigrants would have said, no, adios, I'm going back. I'm not going to have you make me get a vaccine. We're going back to Mexico. We're going back wherever we came from. So you think they wanted to discourage them? They didn't even want any wiring up to just maybe make them a little uncomfortable coming across the border, maybe slow them down a little bit. We want their passage here smooth as possible. How can we accommodate you? We want to make you feel welcomed. Make sure there's nothing that might make you go, that's a little too uncomfortable. I'm surprised they didn't carry him across the border. I know it's too far. I don't even want to walk, man. Don't worry. We'll come. We'll pick you up on our backs and carry you over here, okay? It's the only way I'm coming is to carry me on your backs. Mucus. Yes, I'm on my way. Unreal. So now this brother's calling it out.
And they also know that Joe Biden has replaced African Americans for illegals. The open border crisis is not by hop and circumstance. It is a direct attack on black voters, and black people recognize it.
And you know who I have to give credit to is Ron DeSantis and definitely, what is his name? The governor of Texas, not Shabbat. Dang on it. I can't remember. I know I'm close. Governor Abbott. Thank you. Yeah. What he did is brilliant. It might have started off as in y'all face, but boy, did it open up a whole can of worms for the left. Because what it did is it woke up a lot of inner city folks who went on about their everyday life, not caring anything about what was going on down there at that border, and just assumed this was a white nationalist problem. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, they assumed it was a white nationalist problem until all of these illegal immigrants showed up with the brothers. Now, they didn't shove these folks into Martha's Vineyard. In fact, they got them out in 24 hours. Yeah. See, we're so happy to see you guys. Thanks for coming here. Tell you what, get back on this truck right here. They're going to fly you out of here in a few seconds, okay? And big old sign. We welcome illegal immigrants. We're a sanctuary city. No one's illegal. But we don't want you here. We want to say that from a distance. We want to admire you from afar like the zoo. Don't put us in a cage with the lions. We want to go, look, honey, look at the lions. Oh, aren't they cute? All right, let's move on. Yeah, we don't want them running around our backyards. So that's how they treated those illegal immigrants. unfortunately, and now they're shoved into the inner city, and the brothers done woke up like, hey.
They're asking the question, why is it that Jamal is locked up, but Julio's running around doing whatever he wants to in this country with benefits from the government?
Excellent question. Jamal, stop crying, okay? Your name's not Julio. Mucus told us that we could come here and do anything we want as long as we don't get caught killing. And the key word is caught, okay? Only way we can be deported is we have to get caught killing somebody. That's how bad it is over here in America. Whereas Jerome or Jamal might jaywalk, get your butt in that cell. Especially if you're a conservative black man, that's for sure. So let's continue though, because I'm not done with Joe yet.
So there we have it. We've got the economy, we've got COVID and illegal immigration's disproportionate impacts, to coin a phrase, on African-American communities. But then, of course, there's another issue with this, and that is Joe Biden himself. He may have claimed to have been brought up in the past in the black church when he wasn't, of course, attending the Jewish shul, the Shiite mosque, and the Baha'i temple. But let's just remember that Joe Biden's history when it comes to black Americans is, well, shall we say, a little checkered, and has been involved calling young black men predators and pushing a 1994 crime bill that led to the mass incarceration of black Americans.
No, wait. Did all of those folks, when Joe ran against Trump, they was calling Trump a white nationalist and all of that, did they know about this? I know I told a whole heap of them, and they just overlooked it. They gave Joe a racism pass. Trump's the real racist, so we're going to overlook Joe's real racism. So let's see.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Hey.
You got the first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean and nice looking guy.
Now look at that. Got the first mainstream African American that can walk upright, because you know most of them walk like this, like they got poop in their pants, and his pants aren't down to his ankles, and he doesn't eat the fried chicken like the rest of them and the candy yams, and he's not beatboxing on the corner and breakdancing all the time. There's no gold teeth, no dually ropes and braids in his hair like the rest of the brothers, not walking around with a boombox in the back of his car and all of that, making all that noise. The first one of those, not sitting back having grill outs every weekend with his homies. Yeah, so look at that. He's different than the rest of the blacks. So might as well what he said, might as well be what he said. And yet they overlooked it. Let's go and vote against that white nationalist Trump that never said anything like this, and vote for this guy.
Biden recalling his early Senate career.
Ooh, that's the real Biden here right there. He was a little thin back then. How you gonna be thin back then, but now all of a sudden you got yourself a little comb over? How much fake hair did it take to put in that man's head right about that? Got the nerve to have a slight molette hanging off the back. What is that? A molette hanging off the back? Let's continue, though.
Bringing up two segregationist senators, Herman Talmadge and James Eastland, who called African Americans an inferior race. I was in a caucus with James O. Eastland, Biden said. He never called me boy. He always called me son.
Because, see, you weren't black, Joe. Yeah, the rest of them, you're not like the blacks, Joe. Those boys over there need to learn. Now, come here, son. Wow. Now, where was Joe's outrage? Why didn't all of his activism kick in? Why didn't his racism radar go off just in the presence of these people? Soon as he walked in the room with those 2 minutes, she'd be like, beep, 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 beep. I detect racism, white nationalism, white supremacy. Why didn't it go off? He overlooked it, he missed it. Did they have it all on the download? Did they suppress it, Joey? Or did you know about it and decided to go ahead and hang out with these segregationists and actually buy into some of their policies?
At least there was some civility. We got things done.
The senators that he is speaking of with such adoration.
What? Are great patriots and wonderful Democrats and stuff like that? Because that's his vice president. Remember, that's his vice president. Let's hear what she had to say then.
Are individuals who made and built their reputation on segregation. The Ku Klux Klan celebrated the election of one of them.
The Ku Klux Klan? So wait a minute, what are you doing as his vice president? That's my question. People are so dumb. They're not able to see this as a racket and a game to these people. They have no moral convictions. They have no real beliefs. If she really believed that Joe Biden was a segregationist, he was a racist, he was hanging out with all of these folks in the Klan and all that stuff, she would have never been his vice president. All of these accusations of racism ceased soon as they announced that she was going to be his VP. She set all that aside, and guess what? Nobody ever came back to her and said, wait a minute, just a couple weeks ago, you were calling him a segregationist and that he was keeping you from riding on the bus with other people. Now, did you just go ahead and forget about that? Or are you putting your career before your convictions, which you have none of? Yeah. How did you overlook that? How did you get past all of that? So now, if Trump was even in a picture with Robert Byrd, if he was ever even in the same room as a KKK member, they would link him to the KKK all day. All day. But yeah, here she is talking about the one that was praised by the KKK, and he was in that caucus, and now all of a sudden I'm his VP.
Using the word boy in the way he did.
Look at another sellout.
Can cause hurt and pain, and we need a presidential nominee and leader of our
party. Because politics are damn.
My Democratic colleagues don't like me saying this. I think the two-party system is good for the South and good for the Negro.
Two-party system, good for the South and yeah. See, back then he had a little bit of Bob in him. It's good for the South and good for the Negro. Okay, two-party system. Why we want the blacks and the Latinos and the whites and stuff mixing? We don't want that.
Good for the black. Other than the fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind.
That's why I don't want to hear anything from any minority person or even white liberal. How can you support Donald Trump and all of his racism? Shut up. It's obvious you didn't see all of this. I got a good mind to take their nose and rub it in all of these clips. Yeah, right in these clips. Get that. Look. Wait a minute. I can't see them. I know. I want you to smell it. Smell that racism. I want you to see what real racism looks like up close. The man you voted for. But that goes to show how the Bugs Bunny mind trick works. The Jedi mind tricks. He is not the racist you're looking for. That's simple. And they all fell for it. Trump is the racist you're looking for. These are not the racists you're looking for. And people fell for it.
And amazingly, there are 6 more minutes of that compilation of Joe Biden saying things that are frankly pretty racist, which should give you an idea of where all this is going. But never mind. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Let's give the president, Joe Biden, the last word here as we recall his famous pitch to African-American voters in 2020.
Yeah.
I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Are you?
So hush up, boy. And that dude sitting right there with him, yeah, he's on board. The Trump administration, the Biden administration sucks. Kamala Harris is a disappointment. Joe Biden's a disappointment, but I'm going to go out and vote for Joe Biden and them. Yeah, that dummy. After he told him, you don't know who you're voting for now, yeah, you ain't black. I'm on it, Joe. I'll vote for you both times. So now, speaking of the border, we ain't done with it yet because, this issue is going to tank Biden. Y'all see that eyeball? Y'all know who that is, right? Y'all know who that is, man. Oh, she was more like a drama queen on a doo-doo screen. I pay no mind, but what do you mean? She's a congresswoman. She's LC. She's bubblehead number one. Without a doubt, she's just dumb. She's LC, she's bubblehead, number one. So let's see what Bubble One's talking about in regards to this border.
For real? So let's talk about this because so much of our national conversation, which is not a conversation about immigration, is driven by people who could not care less about immigrants.
Yeah.
Often people want to say, why are you talking about the border crisis? Or why are you talking about it in this?
Y'all see that? You see her snatching invisible stuff out the sky? Y'all, why you want to talk about and why you want, I want to know, why are you such a bubble head? Pop goes that bubble head. So now, she is trying to conflate two things. We all know that she is talking about illegal immigrants, but she can't say that. So she just says, we don't care about immigrants. And that is not the case. And the Democrats play this game constantly. We love immigrants. We just don't like illegal immigration. There you go. Go back, get in line, fill out the paperwork, go through the process, and then we'll welcome Jose. I'll welcome Fernando. I'll welcome whoever as my brother, my American brother. Come here. Give me love, baby. I ain't even got to speak the language. Bring it in. But if I see you tiptoeing across that border in the middle of the night, get your butt back over there and come here the right way. But here she is, going to try to convince us that it's a white man's problem. See, here we go.
This way. Well, we're talking about it. They just don't like how we're talking about it.
Okay,
because it's not a border crisis. It's an imperialism crisis. It's a climate crisis. It's a trade crisis.
Yeah, it is an imperialism crisis. That's right. They're imperializing our country right about now. So what are you talking about? It's an imperialism crisis. It's a border crisis. It's a what else?
And also, it's a carceral crisis. And they want to say, what about the surge? Well, first of all, just gut check, stop. Anyone who's using the term surge around you consciously is trying to invoke a militaristic frame.
So wait, when Joe Biden said, if I were there, I'd tell him to surge the border. Remember, the guy she voted for and the guy she supports, the guy that she totally is like, we shouldn't impeach him. Hey, said surge the border. That's how dumb she is. So anybody who uses the word surge is trying to invoke a military, well then go ahead and direct all that attention and anger towards Creepy Sleepy, who says surge the border.
And that's a problem because this is not a surge. These are children.
Now that goes to show just how dumb she is. Man, or deceptive she is. Now, I don't know whoever installed her. I mean, they must really put a lot of time and effort into this live one right here. She's bubblehead number one. So now all of a sudden, it's not a surge. It's not an invasion. These are children, which I have a hard time finding in those large crowds of mostly men, war-age men. See? So these are children, no adults, AOC, no war-age men. Go up to New York, walk around your district and see how many children, illegal immigrant children are running around. You'll see a lot of war-age men running around and women too. But when I see those herds of folks coming our way and I start zooming in and I'm like, man, can I find this? Okay, there's a kid right there. That's one. Maybe, okay, wait, there's a woman. All right, I'm all right. Another 10 minutes go by. All right, there's another kid. There's another kid. Wait, is that a woman? I can't tell if that's a... Okay, we got 3 women right there. And the rest of the 20,000 or so are all men. But here she is lying to everybody.
And they are not insurgents. And we are not being invaded.
Holy
which, by the way, is a white supremacist idea, philosophy.
Oh, God. Somebody go then and invade her crib. That's all I'm saying. Now, don't do it literally. But I'm giving you an example of how hypocritical these people are. Or stupid, one or the other. Now, all of these precious illegal immigrants, even the kids, let's go get about 20 or 30 of these kids that she says is coming to our country and they're not insurgents. And this isn't an invasion. It's a white supremacy idea when they talk about invasion. Let's see if it's still white supremacy when you stick 20 or 30 of them in her little apartment or wherever she lives. When she come home from doing nothing, open the door and they're all sitting in there like, hola, so sister, como está? Kevin from Kevin's Corner told us we could stay in here because it's not an invasion. And see what she says. She would be like, wait a minute, all the white supremacy crap going on there, they just invaded my crib. It's like 20 of them in here. Somebody come and drag these illegal immigrants out of here. No, they're kids. And they're not illegal. You know what I'm saying? They're undocumented. And last but not least, this isn't an insurgent. No, that's, you know what? You sound like a white supremacist when you're saying these kids invaded your crib. Are you adopting the white man's philosophy when it comes down to an invasion? She is dumb as a box of rocks. Unbelievable. But wait a minute. Here's somebody on CNN saying something that I'm sure CNN don't like to hear.
System is broken. And Biden needs to confront that and say, we're going to have to reform the whole system. I would wish he'd do something much more extreme, like say the old asylum system is dead. No one is coming in through that process. You have to apply from your home country.
Now you sound
which was a Trump policy.
Which was a Trump, and also the Mexico. You have to be in Mexico to apply. I think that's all correct.
So strategically, you think that
I think
if Biden would tack towards Trump policies, he would have actually a better political chance.
And it's also the right policy because the old asylum system is being gamed by millions of people.
He traveled to the southern.
Gamed by millions of people. Now, maybe this guy just got a revelation because usually he's a propagandist as well. But for some reason, lately, he's been saying some things that I'm going, wow. He's trying to call a little bit of the balls and strikes. But that is 100% true. And it also shows me that they broke that border on purpose. Because now that guy's, he's saying smart things. And I'm saying, man, you're telling me you can see this? And we've been seeing it from day one. And the Biden administration weren't able to see this. They didn't see the fallout that would happen if they changed all of these policies. So it was an experiment. Let's see what would happen if we get rid of stay in Mexico. Let's see what happened if we just tell everybody you're an asylum seeker and lower the requirements for asylum. Let's see what happened if I get up there and say, surge the border. Yeah, let's see what would happen. So what did you think would happen? And now even the illegal immigrants know what's about to happen. Yeah, they know what's about to happen. They know what happened and they know what's about to happen. Listen to these.
Southern border in Yuma, Arizona, where migrants have been crossing in limited numbers compared to other areas out west, like San Diego.
Okay.
However, the migrants crossing there told us that they're coming right now under the wire of the November presidential election, and that they fear that Donald Trump could be victorious in the end.
You tell him I'm coming for him, and hell's coming with me. Trump. So now, even the illegal immigrants know what's coming. But it also shows that they know what parent actually enforces discipline. Oh man, mama's home. Dad let us go ahead and stay up all night eating Pop-Tarts and drinking Kool-Aid and stuff like that while he was in his room playing PlayStation and all of that stuff. And now mama ain't gonna let us do none of that stuff. See, so now that shows how they look at the Biden administration. They're going, these folks, man, they told us to search the border. They never deport us. They didn't require us to do anything that even American citizens have to, comply with. Yeah, they don't even want to separate our kids when we break their laws coming across their border. So we know who we can get away with this stuff with, but the boss might be coming back in town, and unfortunately, he's going to get rid of all of us. So we better get in now, and hopefully we can dip and dive and hide during this 4 years. And I hope that he puts hound dogs on every single illegal immigrant. Maybe I need to go out and buy a whole bunch of basset hounds. They ain't going all right, do we need you guys to go ahead and smell American? Okay, these are American shirts right here, and these are illegal immigrant shirts. We need you to go find every illegal immigrant in this country. And I got a problem with immigrants. I got a problem with illegal immigrants. If they came based on, and you know what? The sad part about it, what we're about to see, I got a bigger problem with. But these folks came based on a whistle that was blew by the Biden administration. And it's sad that they fell for it, or they heard it and say, all right, well, we're coming. I heard the whistle. But hey, that ain't got nothing to do with us. You got to go. You got to go. And who I really blame is this guy right here. Biden wants to speed up backlogs of migrant asylum seekers in blue cities as Democrats. What? Wait a minute. Why would they want to do that? As Democrats pressure builds. So he wants to clean up the backlogs? Meaning he wants to get these folks in here real quick right about now, because I think he even knows my days are numbered. So let's see. And look who he got doing it. This is who I really blame right here.
We took action a long time ago, and migration
This
is
was
a
just
very
announced in the
dynamic
last week.
phenomenon, and we the results that take time to take hold.
Wow. Migrants rushing to cross the border. Now, in case Biden loses in November, we don't want who? Trump. Most of the evil actors in the world don't want Trump. Now, that should tell American citizens something. Trump brings a whole different level of discipline, control, order, all of that stuff. They recognize who they can get away with, anything with, and that is the Biden administration. So it's not just the illegal immigrants. China don't want Trump. You think they want Trump? You think Iran wants Trump? You think Russia wants Trump? Putin even said it. He would prefer Biden. Only people that only people that don't want Biden right about now are us smart behind patriots and common sense folks in the country that's saying this dude's destroying the country right about now. The rest of the bubbleheads, they have no idea what they're signing on to when it comes down to voting for Creepy Sleepy. And they don't really want to vote for him. Most of them just want to vote against Trump. That's what it comes down to. So honestly, nobody wants Biden in this country. It's just that they've done a great job in scaring and manipulating a lot of people to just think by default, we better take Biden because Trump's going to come in and do what Behar said. Yeah, nobody's going to come in and be a dictator on day one. So yeah, let's vote the complete brain dead dude back in to continue destroying the whole country. And China would be like, excellent. Russia, excellent. Illegal immigrants, excellent. Criminals in America, excellent. That's the people who would be like, great. So wait.
Bottom line is, you were in charge of keeping us safe. And do you think we are safe with how porous the border has become? It's not about saying it's all your fault. I'm just saying that are we safer now than we were before 9/11?
I would say three things.
I would say three things that has nothing to do with the question you just asked me, because it's obvious that we are not safer than we was when Trump was in office, considering I've allowed 1.7 million gotaways and we've lost 85,000 children and all of that other stuff. Folks on the terrorist watch list.
One, I'm incredibly proud of the men and women.
There it is. That lazy left. I am incredibly proud of the men and women at the port. That ain't got nothing to do with the question, mucus.
The United States Border Patrol that risk their lives every day to keep Americans safe.
Keep you on the question.
Number two.
Wait, 1.7 million gotaways have sneaked into the U.S. under Biden. More than in previous decades combined. Ooh, wait. Border data. I don't think we're more safe with 1.7 million illegals running around.
Enforcing the law from day one, despite the political rhetoric.
What?
But you
That is one big pile of
Shite.
Thank you. One big pile of shite. One big pile. Man. And it should be dumped on Mucus's head. That whole pile of shite. So I hope that right there also contributes to the beating that should take place in November. And then finally, these crazy, stupid, endless attacks on Trump. These stupid trials that are backfiring on them. And this one with Alvin Bragg that is being wrapped up right about now, which is an embarrassment. And we're going to close out the show highlighting some of the things that are taking place with that at the end. But first, we have to talk about a breaking news story, because they've tried impeaching Trump. They've tried labeling him as a Russian agent. They've tried indicting him 4 times, just only four. I'm sure they'd have let us slide in 5 or 6 if they could have. I'm sure they would assume that the people wouldn't recognize that this is all a hit piece if they would have went up to maybe 6 or 7 of them. Yeah, they would just assume everybody thinks that Trump is that evil. But nonetheless, now we find out that this invasion of Trump's crib by the FBI was approved by, I guess, the DOJ, and was also authorized to use deadly force if necessary. So let's listen to this.
Calling out President Biden after learning his administration, the Biden administration that is, authorized the use of deadly force during the FBI's raid on Mar-a-Lago during its classified documents.
Brooke Singman here with all the details. Hi, Brooke. Hey, guys. Yeah, newly released court documents revealing shocking details about the FBI's August 2022 raid on Mar-a-Lago. So according to the filing, the DOJ and FBI agents plan to bring standard issue weapons, ammo, handcuffs, and medium and large sized bolt cutters. They were also instructed to wear unmarked polo or collared shirts and to, quote, keep law enforcement equipment concealed. Former President Trump says, quote, crooked Joe Biden's DOJ in their illegal and unconstitutional raid of Mar-a-Lago authorized the FBI to use deadly force. Now we know for sure that Joe Biden is a serious threat to democracy. He is mentally unfit to hold office. 25th Amendment. And Missouri Senator Eric Schmidt is pointing out the difference between how Trump's classified documents case was handled compared to President Biden's. Watch.
If you ever needed any more evidence about the two tiers of justice, you compare this authorization of deadly force for the former president versus essentially the kid gloves they put on for Joe Biden, who had classified materials from his Senate days in a garage where Hunter Biden shares, who's, compromised by foreign governments, right? They treated these very differently.
But the FBI says this is normal, saying, quote, the FBI followed standard protocol in this search as we do for all search warrants, which includes a standard policy statement limiting the use of deadly force.
So wait a minute. So now let me get this straight. You're talking about a former president that y'all had been in contact with in regards to these so-called documents. We're talking about a former president, not some, drug dealer, from some other country, not some mobster, none of that. No gang member. We're talking about a former president. All right. You could have went up and rang the doorbell and politely asked to come in and say, hey, listen, let's talk about this. But no. See, so now all of a sudden they're saying this is standard protocol to go ahead and what? Bring some type of force to a former president's crib, go in and have a search warrant to look for stuff that y'all sent to his crib. So let's send the stuff to the crib. Tell them, come get these documents. Then once they're there, go ahead and instead of negotiating and saying, hey, we need the stuff that we sent to you, we need it back. Instead of doing that, what do? Now it's there. We know it's there. All right, now let's go ahead and send in some feds from Washington, not the local ones, because the local ones might not go along with our scheme, see? So let's make sure we send the ones from Washington that might have a little activism in them, might be suffering from a little TDS themselves and don't mind carrying this out because the other ones were like, don't you think this is a little too much? Overkill? Why won't we just call him and ask him? No, that's not good enough. We want to show up and make it look like this dude is on the verge of selling nuclear weapons to Russia. And then perhaps maybe, just in case somebody make a quick move, just in case somebody say, hey, wait here. If you got to use deadly force, go ahead and use it. Just in case Trump comes out and says something crazy or, maybe like, no, you're not going in there. And feel free to go ahead and throw him on his stomach. And if he moves too much. Now, what could be a scenario in this application that will require deadly force? Everything about it could have been avoided. All you had to do is call and ask and say, hey, based on the fact we've already been communicating with you because, see, they don't really want to focus on that. That communication was just a smoke screen. No, don't worry, man. Lock it up. Hey, look, it's fine. Just put a lock on there right there. Okay. All right. Now, let's go ahead and make it appear that he is not cooperating and let's come in heavy-handed. Approved by Mayor Garlick. So when you bring weapons like that and you even come in with the idea that this could escalate, that right there leaves a greater chance of something popping off. You done already gave him the wink and the gun. You done already authorized it. And I'm thinking, what could even possibly go wrong in the application that will require deadly force? So what are you hoping? Is this wishful thinking? Are you hoping Trump just shows up and maybe puts his hand on somebody's chest and be like, wait, you can't come in. He's attacking me. Problem solved. Now we don't have to go ahead and push these 4 stupid indictments. This is unreal. And if this came out about Trump's DOJ that authorized something like this, they would be, Trump's a dictator. Trump's I told you, he's going after his political opponents.
No one ordered additional steps to be taken, and there was no departure from the norm in this matter. And an FBI source is giving Fox News even more context and distancing President Biden from the situation by saying, quote, the FBI, like other law enforcement agencies, requires the team leader of any search warrant or arrest warrant to complete a standardized form known as an operations plan. Also included on the form, which also must be read by the team leader to all assisting agents, is a reminder of the FBI's deadly force policy. The president has nothing to do with and has zero input on an ops plan. This is an internal law enforcement document and a standardized form that FBI lawyers require before engaging in any enforcement operations.
Now, I do believe that Biden had no idea what the heck was going on. Yeah. So they probably just told him, you know what, we're going in. Okay, go ahead and do it. All the internals and the details, Mayor Garlick is the brainchild behind this. But see, Biden's okay with that because they're protecting him. So his DOJ decides to go ahead and launch a search warrant on a former president, and we are supposed to believe this is an obvious interference in the election. This isn't an obvious hit piece on Trump. Then we also found out that they got in there, tampered with evidence that they sent to his crib and then launched a search warrant. Now, what if this would have escalated and something stupid would have popped off and somebody would have got shot or hurt, God forbid, even President Trump, and then come find out they all coordinated this. And you wonder why we all feel that these three-letter agencies got to go. How many more times do these agencies have to get caught to realize that they are not able to handle the responsibility given to them? And like I said, I feel for the good ones that are a part of these agencies, and I'm sure they have done some good throughout the whole existence, but now they're doing more damage. They have created a perception that is irreversible in the eyes of so many citizens that even if we try to clean it up, I'm still going to be going, is it clean? I mean, I don't know. Right about now, you can't clean a toilet bowl well enough for me to eat out of it. I don't care how much you scrub it. I don't care. Yeah, all right, unless it came right off the assembly line and nobody ever pooped or peed in it. Other than that, soon as one person mess up that toilet, it's done. I don't care if you can scrub it all day. I'm not eating out of that toilet, okay? So right about now, unfortunately, the FBI, the CIA, and some of these other agencies, they've done it so many times where we find out they're responsible for something, they did something shady, and yet they get mad when we talk about, hey man, maybe we should just abolish that, scrap that, revamp that, get rid of it or whatever, because they can't be trusted. Now they're trying to tear down the agencies, they're getting rid of the fine men and women in the FBI. Why in the world would our Republicans refinance the FBI when it comes down to building a new facility? All of this, renewing the FISA, and yet they're doing crap like this. Mayor Garlick knew about this. You best believe that. So did Christopher Wray. Let's continue.
Former President Trump pleaded not guilty to all charges from special counsel Jack Smith's probe into classified records. The federal judge presiding over the case, that's Judge Eileen Cannon, has postponed the trial indefinitely.
The FBI authorized the use of deadly force during the Mar-a-Lago raid. What? This according to documents filed by Trump's legal team. Agents in unmarked polo shirts planned to bring standard issue weapons, ammo, handcuffs, medium and large size bolt cutters,
to the president's
and even lock-picking equipment as they prepared to go door to door at Mar-a-Lago. And they did, ransacking Melania Trump's bedroom along with Barron Trump's bedroom. The FBI also took extensive photographs of Melania and Barron's rooms for no apparent reason.
You know, this is one of the darkest moments in the history of our whole country. What took place right there, that was one of the moments that solidified the banana republic theory. That right there, that opened up the whole can. Now, the Russia collusion thing was bad, you know, but when they went into his house, I'm saying, now that has taken America to a whole nother level of being a communist country, you know, I mean, based on the folks that's running it right now. Communist tactics are being used Banana Republic tactics are being used, and you can't deny it. There is no reason why they should have ever went into his crib and went that heavy-handed. Boats, helicopters, folks with guns hanging over their shoulder. What did you think he was going to do? Did you think he was going to get into a firefight with the Secret Service? This burns me up even watching it. Even though it happened a while ago, it's bringing it all back up right now of how bad of a time this was for our country. It really broke my heart because it let me know that we are in a battle. And if we don't win this one, the country's done. When they pull this off, I'm going, this is a point of no return for us. And they are saying, yeah, it's a point of no return for us too. If we're willing to do something this obvious and drastic, that means we really fear this dude and he must be stopped or we're done. So this is a do or die for both sides right about now.
Think about this for a second. Joe Biden sent men with guns to his political opponent's house and turned their bedrooms upside down. That's never happened in the history of the United States. And we've had some crazy presidents. This was the former first lady and a professional model. These people are sick.
They are.
And Biden complains about his son's privacy, hunters. He had armed men rummage through Barron's bedroom. The FBI even allegedly had a medic on site in case someone was shot.
Probably hoping somebody would get shot. Looking at people like, what, you want to take a swing at me? Huh? Yeah, I'm going through your mom's stuff. What you want to do, huh, Barron? Huh? Here, better back up off me. Where's Trump? Who knows? Look at this guy. Yeah, he's probably going, I have to do these things because if Trump wins, he might start looking into all the evil that I coordinated, all the corruption I'm behind. I hope that he puts his foot up all of their tails if he wins. When he wins. Look at this slime ball with this rat nose.
However, certain points I want you to know. First, I personally approve the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter.
Oh!
Second, the department does not take such a decision lightly.
Trump's lawyers...
Yes, you do. Yeah, yes, you do. See, so now, once again, FBI, get him out of here. CIA, get him out of here. Any agency that has fingerprints of betrayal, coordination, collusion, conspiring with these people, get them all out of here. Don't even give them a chance to reassemble, revamp, do any of that stuff. I mean, day one, every operation should be shut down. Bare necessities, monitor stuff flying around, stuff like that. But all the other stuff, shut it down. And we're going to go ahead and start breaking this mess down and reassigning it to where it is safe when it comes down to these folks betraying our president and betraying the country. They got too much power, man. Too much power.
Claimed that the former president's constitutional rights were violated. It was an illegal search and seizure. The FBI misled the judge to obtain the warrant, and the raid was executed in an egregious fashion and in bad faith. Nor was there any basis for the FBI to bring firearms into Mar-a-Lago.
None.
What was life-threatening about pieces of paper? The FBI improperly seized Trump's passports, tax and accounting information, and even medical records. Think about that. The Biden administration seized his political opponent's medical records. G7 conversation was tied.
And look at this guy. So now, no real basis. They already knew that Trump had these documents because they sent them to his crib. And then what they do, after planting some of the evidence, is decide now we're going to go in and pretend Trump is resisting, turning this stuff in. And it wasn't just let's bring all these weapons as a show of force like they did with Roger Stone. Go heavy-handed. This was a little more than that. It was, it might look for show. It might be for show. But just in case something get out of hand, take the safeties off. Go live with it. You're authorized to use deadly force. So no blanks, no rubber bullets. Yeah, unreal. So for a unauthorized, well, it was authorized by Mayor Garlick, but it shouldn't have been, an illegal search because they planted the evidence, and yet they also went ahead and authorized deadly force to be used if necessary. Almost sound like a hit. That's what it sounded like. It sounds like wishful thinking, like they was hoping, man, just in case, could something go? Hey, we even sent a medic just in case something goes on.
To your predecessor.
Look at this guy.
Who is about to launch another campaign. So how do you reassure them if that is the reason for their questioning, that the former president will not return, or that his political movement, which is still very strong, will not once again take power in the United States?
Response.
We just have to demonstrate that he will not take power by
cheating and by sending the FBI to invade his house and by coming out with all these fake trials and these accusations and indictments and all of this stuff and playing evidence. And you mean by that? Because it surely isn't by the Constitution, Joe.
I'm making sure he, under legitimate efforts of our Constitution, does not become the next president again.
What a douchebag. So now, guys, let's go ahead and see how their latest case is going before we wrap up.
Yes, he stole $30,000.
Oh, wait, this is Lawrence O'Donnell. He's giving his take on Michael Cohen with his sticky fingers that stole like $30,000. Now, he already gave us a different interpretation of Stormy Daniels entering into the courtroom. Couldn't be, here comes a former porn star, Stormy Daniels. It was, she entered into the courtroom dressed in all black. Modesty is her number one attribute. Her hair pulled back into a ponytail as the wind ushered her in and the sun glistened through her hair, and her eyes just sparkled and was so captivating to all of that crap. He gave a full-blown, commentary about how she entered into the courtroom and spun it to make her look like, the best person he could make her look like. And then, of course, he comes to Michael Cohen, and instead of saying this guy's a thief who stole $30,000, listen to this.
Later, when Cohen was asked about that on redirect by the prosecution, it didn't really sound like stealing $30,000. It sounded a lot like Michael Cohen doing the little that he could within that calculation to rebalance the bonus he thought he deserved, and it still came out as less than the bonus he thought he deserved.
Did y'all hear how that man spun being a thief? Man, O'Donnell is trash. Boy, is he trash. So now all of a sudden, instead of stealing, he said it didn't sound like that man stole the $30,000. It sounded more like he, this is unreal.
Yes, he stole $30,000. Later, when Cohen was asked about that on redirect by the prosecution, it didn't really sound like stealing $30,000. It sounded a lot.
Try that one, guys. Let me go into the bank tomorrow. All right, man, listen, everybody. Stick them up. Give me all the money, and I go out with about $200,000 or $300,000. When I get busted, I'm coming out like, hey, look, man, I didn't steal the money.
Not like Michael Cohen doing the little that he could within that calculation to rebalance.
I did the little that I could in this calculation to rebalance
the bonus he thought he deserved.
The bonus I thought I deserved. I'm going into the job tomorrow. Like, yo, man, I've been working on this construction truck every day. So I thought I'd dip my hands in the safe, grab about a good $40,000 or $50,000 to rebalance the bonus that I think I deserve. You feel these calluses? I think I should be paid for these calluses on these grown man hands. Okay? Now these grown man hands, instead of lifting drywall, has lifted about $30,000 or $40,000. But don't you look at this as me stealing it. I'm rebalancing. Now, they call themselves a news network. That guy right there, he should lose his job for this, for real.
And it still came out as less than the bonus he thought he deserved.
And so Michael Cohen somehow still is the victim. Yeah. And that guy right there, he just decided I'm going to take what I didn't earn and rebalance it and all this stuff. And O'Donnell's okay with it. So here's Trump.
This is such an embarrassment. A showing of prosecution that I imagine the judge wouldn't grant the motion to dismiss the case. You can't imagine it. There has been no evidence. There's no evidence.
No evidence.
Brett, during today's afternoon session, Trump's team asked Judge Merchan to explain to the jury that so-called hush money payments are not illegal. Merchan said it came up several times at trial, and another instruction would go too far. Merchan actually sided with Trump's lawyers, though, about a key matter of the instruction. Prosecutors, of course, argue that Trump falsified business records to illegally influence the 2016 election, but the jury instructions will read, quote, if the payment would have been made even in absence of candidacy, payment should not be treated as contribution. So if the jury thinks Trump was motivated by his brand or his family, the bookkeeping charges could not be elevated to felonies.
And he basically debunks the whole damn fake news narrative and the fake prosecutors and their theory, their bogus theory, blows everything that Michael Cohen has alleged out of the water.
That's right, man. The fat lady is singing. And this guy right here, he brought her. This guy, Bob Costello, was like, I'm going to bring in the fat lady to sing. Now, let's see how the judge reacted to this, because I said this last night. I think the judge should really just jump from behind his little podium, go down there and just start firing questions at Costello as if he was a part of the prosecution, because that's how he's acting. So now what happened when this man was called? And I'm glad the Trump administration decided to bring him in to testify, because I said it the other day, you got to dummy proof it for folks suffering from TDS. And his testimony should have done that. And the judge knew it would do that. So let's see how this compromised judge responded to this. Hey, look at that. Keller. Somebody, what is these? That's my little tag name, Keller, right there. I have to find out who Keller is. All right, so let's go ahead and see what the judge said about this.
Let's go through it. He knows for a fact, he was told by Michael Cohen that Michael Cohen said he paid Stormy without Trump's knowledge. Michael Cohen was suicidal after the FBI raided his home and office. Michael Cohen swore that he had nothing on Trump. Now, the suicidal part is important because, you know, they raided his home and office, the FBI. Can you believe that? The president's lawyer. What? He would do anything, he said, to not go to jail or reduce his prison time.
Difficult to know what the...
So then, with that being said, we know that Costello's testimony would have given the final gut punch to the Alvin Bragg case and the judge's case too, because he's a part of it. And this man right here sums it up beautifully about this raggedy behind judge in this case as we close. Take it away.
Outcome is, but I do think that former President Trump has a valid argument when he says this is a corrupt trial and a crooked judge. What? You know, it's true that Costello shredded Cohen's credibility, exposed him for lying to the jury, and that's when Judge Merchan stepped into the rescue for the prosecution, sustaining their meritless objections, scolding Costello as the professor described. It is a transparently rigged case engineered to convict. Merchan allowed both Cohen and Stormy Daniels unfettered discretion and latitude to trash Trump with endless narrative, sordid details. But suddenly, when the defense calls Costello, the judge shuts him down faster than a New York minute. Almost nothing in this case, Sean, can be described as remotely fair. It is an Orwellian show trial with a preordained outcome. There is no presumption of innocence here, only the expectation of guilt. And Pam's right. There are two prosecutors here, Alvin Bragg and his team of partisans, and the judge who has taken off his robe, stepped off the bench, and is now actively participating at the prosecution table to engineer a guilty verdict in this case, notwithstanding no evidence, credible evidence of guilt.
Don't stop, get it, don't stop. I will allow that in the courtroom. He just went off on that raggedy judge. And that was one of the most beautiful summaries of this whole case and this whole situation. And I hope that judge pays a price in his career, his position, and, you know, and definitely I hope Fat Albert pays a price as well. But really, I hope that the jury is able to see how garbage this is, or at least one jurist. We'll see. We'll see. They done wrapped it up, and they're supposed to, I guess, come back together on Wednesday, and then they were going to sit around and talk about it. I should slide in with a disguise of some sort. Come in there like I'm juror number 13. 13? I thought we only had 12. No, I'm I was the reserve juror, the guy who was supposed to come in. Anyway, look, man, I'm not here to discuss that. Let's go ahead and decide what's going on with this case. Are you sure you're supposed to be? Oh, yeah, you ain't see me? You ain't see me in the back? Yeah, I'm the dude in the back, man, with the afro. How could you miss this? How could you miss the afro, man? Now, come on, man. Let's stop, man. Y'all wasting time. All right, I want to go ahead and vote not guilty. Sir, we haven't seen you here before. Look, how many? Look, oh, so I'm a black man? You saying you didn't see me because I'm a black man? I'm too black to see? That's what you saying? Huh? I thought so. Now, put my vote down. Put my vote down. So anyway, hopefully we'll get somebody who will come out and have some common sense and will shut this mess down. Because we know the judge is not going to do it based on him stepping in and saying, tag me in, prosecution. I'm here to help. You shut your mouth, Costello. Don't look that way at me. Yeah, don't make me. See, and the funny part, it burns me up when I see sorry people, soft people that have a position of authority that they know if they were in high school, they would never be talking like this. They would never be, given this type of authority. Now all of a sudden they got a little bit of authority, and based on their title, then they want to talk all tough, knowing that I'm the judge and just my words alone can have you thrown in a slammer. But if we was in the streets on the playground and I'm looking at you going, are you eyeballing me? Are you looking at me like that? He would never do that. He would never do that. But now he's a tough guy because he got the robe on. He's sitting behind the butt. I mean, treat people with respect, man. But when you are corrupt and you're trying to get a certain outcome, now you got to go heavy-handed. You got to go heavy-handed. So let's see what happens. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I'm about to go fry me some fish, which is my favorite dish. But without the money, it's still a wish. So I don't like to dream about getting paid. So I dig into the books of the rhymes that I made. And now the test to see if I got pulled, hit the studio because I'm paid in full. Which brings me to my next point. If you want to support the channel, you can do that by clicking on my Cash App or PayPal link right below the video. You can do that. You can check out my corner store. But if not, please just subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed already, turn your notifications on to all on your way out. Hit the like button and follow me on all the other platforms. And I'm yawning here because I'm sleepy. So I'm going to get me some rest, but I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Now, somebody must be asleep themselves. Must have had a late night. I wonder what he was up doing. I was going to give y'all a dose, but I don't want to disturb him. You know what? Hey, Gizmo. Gizmo. Either that or he's in some shenanigans. Somebody said, let sleeping dogs lie. There you are. I would let him lie, but he got his bow tie. So I can't let him lie. Yeah, let me straighten it up for you. There you go. Now you look all fancy and stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and sing, my darling, I can't get enough of your love, baby. Yeah, I'm about to put him on a boat somewhere we can sing. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Whoa, whoa, pussycat. There you go. All right, see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Let's bounce. Here's one MAGA hat. 2 MAGA hats. This is Law City. I know you see the 8. Yeah. Take care.